Weeks. And if you watch Shark Weeks, oh, my granddaughter tells me yesterday, she calls me and telling me all about her school orientation and all this fun stuff. She goes, well, I have to go now because Shark Weeks is on. I'm like, okay, you're right. It is Shark Weeks. All 7 years of her, 8 years. So I hope you're excited for everything going on this week. My goodness, is it full. Last night was the DIQ call. The DIQs that were on there. It rocked. You rocked. And then we turned around and tonight we have Tupper Tuesday. And I don't know about you, but I just love being together with you guys and going over great stuff, information you need to know. Now, tomorrow is Cooking with Champions, and that is going to be led by Amy and the Dream Catchers. And honestly, she's got demoers coming on for her. And I'm super excited that, so you're going to want to see that. Now, Thursday, we start Jubilee. It's going to be so much fun. Our very first virtual Jubilee. And if you're signed up for that, great. If you're not signed up and you're really bummed out, I have good news for you. I'm going to go live a couple times, okay, in our team page, just literally holding my phone up when I'm allowed to do that and let you get some of the information that's the kicks and the fun stuff. So if you're not signed up because you're too new, or maybe you didn't know how awesome it was going to be, any of those reasons, we want to help you. We understand, but they don't have any room for more on the virtual the virtual landings. And so we have to do it this way. But there are some times they told me I'm allowed to go live. All right. And so we'll be plugging that in. All right. And so to get it started tonight, I want to share my screens and to let you know that this is going to be a fun night. We have so many cool things planned for you with Shark Weeks. And let me slide this over. Okay. Slideshow, play from the start. Okay. Oh, I went one too many. Okay. So August 11th through the 30th is going to be our Shark Weeks at Champion. And I want to tell you why we're doing sharks, because sharks, they don't worry about where they're going to eat. They know they're going to eat. They don't worry about what they're going to do for the day. They know what they're going to do. They are the boss of the ocean. All right. And that's what I want you to learn to be. This next few weeks, we're going to boss it up. All right. And I just want to tell you, I'm super proud of the champions. We are 28% up year to date. We are $500,000 ahead. That is huge, huge, huge. And our recruiting is up 4%, but we're climbing that one, by the way. And leadership is up 98%, and director title up 44%, and manager title up 115%. You want to hear something really crazy? Do you know how many of you are sitting there thinking, I might want to be a director? I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about it. Or if anybody's ever thought you'd love to be a director, do you know that 92% of the directors last month made goal? That is awesome. 92% people, that is huge. That only leaves room for the small percentage of people that have had, life happening things. Because honestly, people are making great goals, great money right now. And we want you to be part of our shark attack. All right. And so tonight, I just want to show you where we're at right now for the week. Our goal was 31,000. We're at 37,000. Yay. And we close tomorrow night. That is awesome. I'm sure let's all go for 50, 55, 57, another 20,000 in, right? And then we also have our recruiting goal was 22. We're at 30. Yay. That is awesome. And so we are on pace to make our recruiting goal. We're on pace to make our sales goal, and we're on pace to make our step up goal. There are a lot of people working to new levels and new titles. And so they're ready for Record Breaker. And you want to make sure you know that Record Breaker is going to be huge, and you want to have the largest title possible at the end of September, so you get paid at that new title in October when you're working so much and you have such great sales going on. I also want to tell you that our goal for the year is 5 million, and we can only do that as if we help you. All right. And so every one of you is very important. For your success means our success. And so we're anxious to help you do that. I also want to share with you that Tupperware as a whole is making some really big strides. This is the first week that you will start seeing orders from Mexico shipped directly to your customer. And so we have another plant that we've opened to use for direct shipping to our customers. And so we're looking forward to and having some relief on the actual issue of order shipping out in the timely factor. We also want to tell you that the hurricane, it slowed us down a little bit, okay, because you know our factory is in Hemingway, South Carolina, but no damage. And so we were able to get right back on track, and no concerns about product damage, no concerns about some of the ports were closed, and so obviously we had an issue getting some of that stuff taken care of, but it was only a little slowdown and not anything that's going to drastically affect it. And so just so you know, if you are waiting on alfresco sets, they've shipped. Modular sets are shipping as we speak. Fridge Smart sets are shipping as we speak. And the Chef Series is the biggest problem we've really are facing, and they are shipping all of the April and halfway through May, and they're sending them a present. So it's really nice. So if they're waiting, they're not going to be too upset when they get it. All right. And so all of that. And I just want to tell you, we're working really hard to make your business easier and to adjust. Now, I will also tell you another big news that we have is we have 30 more employees starting this week with customer care. And so 30 more employees when we have, now we're up to about 100 employees working in customer care. We have completely hired with Tupperware over 150 new employees in the last 2 months. And so that is huge news, and why you need to know we are working hard to make this work for you. Actually have it for that. So if you're new here with us, congratulations on making the wise choice. You need to put on the chat that I'm new and who you're a guest of, because you go in a drawing for $30 in free Tupperware tonight. All right. And that $30 can be used in the new catalog, which is really, really cool. Anything in the big catalog works with that $30 coupon. And of course you can go over if you want to. I don't know which kit you chose, but you can tell us in the chat if you want to, that you went after the $60 kit. Oh, this, or you can say I went on the $15 virtual opportunity. And you are going to get that roaster, which sells for $119. You're going to get it for just $30. And that's very, very cool. And we have another gift for you. Now, this is the deep roaster, but the shallow, which is called the lasagna pan, which is perfect for lasagna or a 9x13 cake or a brownie, double brownie mix. If you like them, I like them. I take 2 brownie mixes and put it in there because I like them thick and chewy, but you do you, okay? But the lasagna pan is only $30 too. When you have $500 before August the 26th, that is an amazing opportunity to get 2 of our featured products in our catalogs. They are like, to me, everyday use in the home. You're going to be able to get both of them for $60 when you have $500 before August the 26th. All of our new August babies. Now, if you are here with us and you are not brand new in August, you can still get that deep roaster. All you need to do is bring in a new consultant yourself and bring in a friend, and you're going to get it for $30. And if you bring in 3 this month, we're going to give you a carrying bag that's rocking awesome. It's a lot of purple on there, isn't there? And it makes it really nice, whether you're carrying cold or hot, and it will hold the deep roaster and the shallow roaster. So it's a very great product to have in your home and a great tool. Now, we have a challenge to all leaders. So if you're a leader, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. We want to see you, okay? All leaders, when you make your goal this month, we are going to give you a really cool gift from Pam and Jim. Plus, you're going to be in a drawing for a $100 Amazon card. The $100 Amazon card is something we do all the time, and we're not leaving that behind. But this month, we're throwing in a bonus, and that is you will get a $100 swag bag from Pam and Jim. And that swag bag will have everything in it from Tupperware Tiny Treasures to Tupperware logo items to Tupperware itself, just loaded with $100 worth of stuff you can use in your business to appreciate you for being so helpful with us on our rough time of back orders and all of that stuff we're going through. You are our leaders, and we wanted to say thank you for leading the way. Now I have good news for you. If you're sitting here thinking and saying, I want a $100 swag bag, well, I want to give you one. All right. And the way to get that is all you have to do is step up this month to be a manager and have 2,700. Now, it only takes you 2,500 to be a manager, but if you hit that $2,750 and you have at least one personal recruit this month, which it takes 3 to become a manager, but if they were last month, you need 1 this month too. And when you and your team do that, you will get a $100 swag bag also. Is that fun? All right, so a little bonus perk from Pam, and we are looking to help every single team this month by tomorrow night at midnight to have what Chris wants, our regional, is 5+. But you know, at Champion, we always go big or go home, right? And so we're going for 10+. Well, congratulations to those shiny stars and rocking teams that are doing a great job with this goal. And we already have Ellen Lewis's team with Par Excellent and Tupper-tastics that have hit their 10. Congratulations, that's awesome. Kelly is at 9 and Amy with Dreamcatchers, you're at 8. Rapture 6 and Team Electric 6 and Whispering Winds 5. Now that is all, those are all considered goal makers with Chris, and that is exciting. We have lots of 4s here, 3s, 2s, 1s, and a few goose eggs we need to get rid of. But let's all concentrate on helping your director make sure that we're getting those new recruits in for tomorrow night. And she also might even have a little something extra going on. You'll have to check your team page to see. All right. And it is our time, and it starts on Thursday. And I'm super excited about our time. And I just want to give you heads up. If you're going to be part of the Jubilee, you might want to have these ingredients in your house. Just saying, all right? Because what's going to happen is they're going to release a new product and give you a challenge to go live on Facebook and to make something fun. And this is one of several recipes, but I thought this looked really yummy. So if you're allergic to chocolate, you might want to call me. But I will tell you that this is really super fun, and I'm sure there's probably somebody in your house that would love it if you don't love it, and it's really yummy looking, okay? I'm gonna make it myself. I can't wait. I'm gonna taste it even, and I'm dieting, right? And so I think it's really gonna be a yummy recipe. So write these instructions down, write these ingredients down. I have to tell you a secret. I'm going to post it too. All right. It'll go up tonight. All right. All right. Tupperware. I hope you got on the NCO call tonight. It starts every single week at 7 o'clock. And it is just a learning opportunity for you. All of our brand newbies, please get on there. And if you didn't make it this week, get on next week so we can give you a chance to learn. And you know what? If you're brand new, you're thinking, how can I get this business started? Or maybe you're doing great and just don't know how to stop it. You're doing so well. Either way, I want to give you some great ideas. Scheduling your activities to get you to move, whether you're brand new or looking to give your business a facelift, I have some ideas for you. And they're 5 little things. And it's open a Tupper Connect immediately. And always have a Tupper Connect party open of your own party. You can actually put a post out there. I'm doing a mystery hostess party. If you're interested in getting some product, go ahead and use this link. I will share with you, I do this often because I have a lot of friends that say to me, hey, I need to get this, I need to get this. And I send them the link and say, go ahead and get it. For every $10 you spend, you'll have a chance to win host gifts and bonuses that I'll be giving away next Wednesday night or something like that, when I know I'm going to close that party. And then I go ahead and take all of the gifts, whether it's just a thank you gift or $30 free or whatever it is, I'm going to give it away. And everybody that placed an order of $10 or more is going to have a chance. And if somebody placed an $80 order, they've got 8 chances. If somebody placed a $250 order, they have a whole lot of chances because I'm probably going to help make sure they win. No, they probably would win. All right. And then a bundle sale. And so different ideas for you to grow your business. The Tupper Connect party, if you don't know how to find that, go to the side of the Facebook page, and where this box shows up, write Tupper Connect right there. And then it's going to come up and it's going to teach you the instructions on how to do Tupper Connect. It's actually also in units under a new consultant. So either way, you want to find it there. But I just wanted to teach you how to find anything on the Facebook page that you're looking for. If you have a question, or if you saw something and you can't find it now, this is how you could go do a search. You go to this box on the side of the team page, go down here and type in what you want and click search, okay? And then the get it all, the bundle sell is where you bundle product in the flyer and you sell squares, or you sell, you know, chances to win it, tickets to win it. I will tell you, in order to keep this totally legit, you want to make sure that everybody that buys a ticket or buys a square, however you're doing it, they get a citrus pillar in the mail from you, a recipe card in the mail from you, something, because it's not legal to collect money and not give. And so you want to definitely send them a recipe or something when they buy a square, and that makes it totally legit. Do you have to? It's up to you, okay? I'm just telling you how to make it totally legit, okay? And you always want, this says $50, and I'll beware, you don't want to cost you money. I would like to see you always make money, and I would suggest that you take the shipping and the tax and add it all in there, and so that when you have this out there that people can buy these squares for this, you're collecting a month for enough for all of it. Okay, and so it probably would need to be a little more than 50, because that's the actual price in the catalog. And I don't want you to go into your budget or your income, your money and profit that you would get to make this happen. Okay, all right. And then the next idea in number 3 is pick a product and sell 10. Now, did you notice that there's a lot of black squares on here? That's because you can't know what this is yet, and it's ready to go. In fact, I already have it posted and scheduled to post on the team page, and so you're going to get to see it tomorrow night. When the new product releases, I'm going to give you a challenge to sell 10 of them, and you can go for 20 if you want to, but it's just going to be a fun way to challenge yourself and see what you can do with selling the brand new product that's going to be so super hot and so exciting. Okay, and so this is just how you do it. Now you can give this to a host, and she can sell 10 and keep track of it, and if she sells 10, you challenge her for a gift, or you can give it to a friend that might work in the hospital, or a friend that still is working in the school system, or whatever the case might be. There are still people out there working in offices, and so it's a great place to build your business and let them earn all the host awards when they do this for a brand new product that just released, and it's super amazing. Okay, all right. And a bingo is simply opening up a bingo group, and you can do it in your VIP group, which is another one of these 5 things to do. But you just advertise your first bingo, second bingo, and you sell bingo cards, and all of this is in the units as well. And so you can go in there and put bingo, and then all of the training like galore will come up on how you can start your own bingo group and run it. And again, I suggest you send recipe cards over. You can send them right through email. And when they buy a bingo card, send them their bingo card and a free recipe card book, or a recipe card, or whatever you want to do. So they're getting something, all right? And then we also have the VIP group. Now, VIP group is you set up. You make them feel special, okay? So you tell them when the flash sales are going to happen, before you post it anyplace else, it posts there first. You tell them, no, this is an old flash sale. I'm just putting it up there to remind you that this is something you would do on your VIP group. You encourage people to sign up for your VIP group or to log in. You can invite people to be part of your VIP group. And you can also do fun promotions on the group and awards for people that help you find. Now, this is a little post here. I've been challenged by my leader to find, to add somebody to our team that their first name starts with an L. If you can help me out, I'd really appreciate it. If you have any ideas or any name, friends that starts with an L, I'd really appreciate it. And I give a prize to the person that helps me find my L friend, okay? And so it's just a fun game. You can play games in your VIP group. Just make them your friends and make them loyal to you by giving a lot of communication, a lot of fun. Go live and do demos in there. Create that desire for them to come into your VIP group often. And so these are just 5 great ways to really boost your business right now. Now we're going to show you how to do those live demos, and we're going to go to Lydia first, then Angela and Nancy. And so we're going to go from kitchen to kitchen to kitchen. So get ready and pay attention. You're going to see some fun new recipes. Take it over, Lydia.
All right. Hi, everybody. So I am making chocolate chip pan Chewies tonight. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear
Lydia.
me, Pam? Okay,
Yes, perfect.
all right. Sometimes I have internet connection, so. All right, so I am showcasing our UltraPro this evening. So chocolate chip pan Chewies. All right, so they're kind of like chocolate chip cookie dough type thing, and you're going to put it in a pan and bake them. And when they're done, you can either scoop them out of the pan and eat them hot with ice cream, or you can let them cool and then you can cut them like bars. All right, so I'm starting with 3/4 cups of melted butter, and I melted that in our measuring, what are these called? Micro pitchers. Okay, I love these things. I put my butter in here. I had 3/4 cup in there. Put this over the top. There's no splattering in your microwave. Put it in there for a minute, and everything was totally melted. So I have that in here. I have a 1.5 cups of brown sugar, a large egg, vanilla and salt, not salt, vanilla. I have it all in here, all mixed together. And then I'm going to add a 1.5 cups of flour, a 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/8 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 teaspoons of vanilla, okay? I'm sorry, salt, 3/4 teaspoon salt. Anybody can do this, okay? And then you're just gonna mix this together so that it's totally combined. And then I'm also gonna add chocolate chips when this is combined. And we love nuts. So I chopped some pecans that I'm going to be adding into this as well, all right? So I have, the first time I started Tupper was 37 years ago. And that's amazing because I'm only 40, okay? But we have, I took a big break in the middle because life happens. And I have been back for a little over 8 years, going on 8.5. And absolutely, absolutely love this. So it's wonderful for anybody to try. So I have this mixed up. So I'm going to add in a 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. And then I took my Power Chef and I threw in some pecans and just chopped them up. So I'm just gonna put some of them in there. May not need quite all of that. And then just incorporate that in here. So pretty simple recipe, but oh so yummy. And you don't have to like set them out in just, spoonfuls or something like that on your pan. They're just gonna go in the same as you would a cake batter. Right? So our UltraPro, now you're gonna get the 6-quart roaster when you join this month. And when you welcome somebody, you're going to get a coupon for that as well. So you're going to be able to get that. That retails for $119. You're going to be able to get it for $30, $30. Okay. So, and then we have our lasagna pan. All right. For those of you coming in brand new this month, not only are you going to get a coupon for the roaster for $30, but when you sell $500, you have $500 in sales in the system by August 26th. You're also going to get a coupon that you can get this for $30 as well. This one retails for $99. That is awesome. Our UltraPro is an amazing product. You can use this in your microwave, but you can also use it in your regular oven, which is what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to be baking in this. All right, you can bake in this up to 482 degrees. And if you're baking something that hot, you're probably ruining the food before the pan, okay? There's no greasing or flouring, so you can bake cakes, whatever in here. I'm not going to grease or flour anything in here tonight. Just put the mixture in there and it's going into the oven, all right? Cleanup is very, very easy. And it'll tell you straight on the bottom, the max, like how much you can heat. The minimum temperature you can have this at is -25 degrees. So you can freeze in it. if you like. The max is 482 degrees. All right. So very, very durable. And of course has our lifetime warranty. So chipping, cracking, breaking, peeling, you get it replaced for free. Now, this is a nice pan. For me, this is my cake pan. My lasagna pan is the deep roaster because I do a big lasagna. I do like 7 layers, 7 cheese lasagna. But this you can use for, you know, anything and everything that you would use your cake pan for. Your cover, of course, is a cover you can cover if you're baking, but it also is a cover to store whenever you've got your cake made. You can also tandem cook in here, or stack cook, I should say. So you can turn the cover, invert it, and set it upside down. So you can do your chicken or ribs or something like that in the bottom, and your potatoes or brownies or something like that up top, and it cooks all at the same time. Okay. Tandem cooking is putting it into the microwave first for a little while, and it gets it started cooking, and then you can finish it in the oven and have that oven baked look to it. So be sure not to use any metal spoons or knives or anything like that in your pan, because you will scratch them all up, and you will ruin the pan. So I don't want to do that. All right. And do not use it on your stove top, but in your microwave is, or yeah, your oven is perfect. So just spreading this around here. And then this is going to go in, and it's going to bake for about 25 minutes or so. And that'll depend on your oven, the heat in there, as to how long it might take yours. So this is going to go into the oven, and then I will be back after a while and show you what it looks like when it's done.
Okay, so I'm Angela. I'm here tonight to make the cheeseburger pasta in our pressure cooker. And I chose the pressure cooker because Thursday it goes on sale. And what's really cool is that I told all my new, so that's gonna make this about $75. So when I joined the month that I got this. And this is my favorite. I love this thing. I use it all the time. It's amazing. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna unlock this, and it has numerous safety features. So in here you have your hole so that it can release pressure. You have your little dancing guy here, who you never open this unless he's not dancing. And then you have your mouth, which will open in the microwave to release pressure also. So we're gonna go ahead and spin that off. And in here, we're gonna add our noodles. The recipe, I already posted it for everybody. I had it all measured out. I do not like beef broth, just so you guys know. I only like chicken, so we're using chicken even though we're making something with beef. But that's just me. In here, we have our ground meat. It's about a ½ pound of just regular, 90-10 ground meat. Oh, that's not us, I promise. You put that in here, kind of mush everything around, and then it calls for half a teaspoon of kosher salt. We'll put that in there. Now, it did say for, what's wrong? Nothing. It did say for a measurement of ketchup and mustard, but we have 2 little boys, and there's nothing about measuring that, so we're just going to do a squirt of each, because it was up to Barrett and Anthony. There would only be mustard in here. So that's what they like. So we'll put that in there. We'll mix that. What I like about this recipe is it only takes 15 minutes to cook it, and about a normal, this is me measuring everything out. So normally take about 5 minutes to get this all done. And then I used our smooth chopper, which is the medium one, and I put in here because it called for relish. I just threw 2 dill pickles in here because that's what they're gonna like anyway. And onion, give that a few quick pulls. Sometimes you gotta give it a shake. My children eat everything, so I don't have to worry about hiding anything or anything like that in their food. Hopefully you guys can see That is super chopped up. We're gonna throw that right in there too. Grab one of our Tupperware spatulas that are great. You don't have to worry about them melting, falling apart, and the fact that the spatula is 2 pieces. So you don't have to worry. You just pop that off when you go to wash it, and there's no bacteria left in there. You can send it right through the dishwasher and you're good to go. Here's a spoon. We're gonna mix this up. Go. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cook this for about 15 minutes. And what I'll do is when it's done, I put, I have some grated cheese here that I did a little bit earlier. Shredded up. Just turn, lock, click. Take it over to our microwave. Oh, look, I was hard boiling eggs. So you get to see another product. I steam all my eggs right here in my multi-cooker. We went to a farm the other day and they had to hunt for eggs. So these are fresh from the farm chicken eggs. Pretty cool. So those are ready for me. Put this in here. 15 minutes. And then when it comes out, you have to give it 5 to 7 minutes for the little yellow bobbers to not be doing this anymore. Okay, you want them to be sitting still and drop down. Otherwise, you could burn yourself. But not only that, it also, you're turning the phone. But also, sorry, your product needs to continue cooking for that 5 to 7 minutes. And that is so important. I have people tell me all the time, oh, well, I just opened it right up and some of my food wasn't cooked right. It needs that 5 to 7 minutes. So please do not open it early, okay?
I am Nancy Lagan, and I've been in Tupperware for a long, long time. I actually came in the 70s, for those of you who don't know me.
Holy
I
God.
had a baby, 9 months old, and I just came in to talk to somebody over 2 feet tall. Thought it would be fun to do. I fell in love with all the products, and I had used all the products for years before that. And I just want to tell you that, you know, if you have little kids, it's a perfect job. Now I'm older, I have grandkids, it's the perfect job. If you don't have any kids, it's the perfect job because you can do what you want, when you want, how you want. And Pam is there to motivate, inspire us, and you just do with it what you want to do. And that's the very best part of selling Tupperware. So tonight, this is so fun, Shark Week. I mean, my grandkids are all into Shark Week. We tape every single thing there is on Shark Week. And so I went online. So if you have kids, you have to do this because there is so much stuff you can make with your kids for Shark Week. There's drinks that are blue, shark cupcakes. There's so much stuff. And so if you're having a party and you want to have a theme, Shark Week is great. You can do walleye bites. If you've never tasted a fresh walleye bite, they're amazing. You could do fish tacos. You could do salmon patties. You could do crab appetizers, all with different fishes. Marinated scallops wrapped in bacon. You can do shark-shaped quesadillas. You cut the flour tortillas first, then you make the quesadillas in your grill. Oh my God, what a fun thing. And grilled shrimp, so it's a lot of fun. But tonight I am doing a zucchini bites because I wanted to keep the word bite in what we made. And these are so simple. And we're gonna use the Speedy Mando, we're gonna use the Chop and Prep, we're gonna use the Master Shredder. So when you pick a recipe to do for your parties, your Zoom parties, or you pick a recipe to do for your bingo parties or whatever you're doing, your Facebook Lives, make sure you pick a recipe where you can use the products that people have not seen. The chopper, the shredder, the things that you wanna sell that are big ticketed prices so you can sell them. My grandson did a demo at my bingo last week and made the blizzard in the Power Chef. I sold 4 Power Chefs after bingo to my family. And so you have to use these products so they see how they're used because in the catalog, they don't do it justice. So I'm gonna take the little Mando grater, and this is a really nice little tiny grater. Now I've already peeled my zucchini. It takes 2 zucchinis to do this. You peel them and cut them in 2-inch little things. And then you just grate this in a bowl. And this Mando, Speedy Mando is speedy, okay? And it comes out, I have to grate a few more because I already got some of it weighed out already. And you just go like that. It's so simple. Your kids can help you, your grandkids can help you, and it comes out looking like that, all shredded. And so I can finish that later. Now, there is a lot of water in zucchini. So what you do is you take, and I did this a little bit ahead of time to show you, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the wet towel, but you take your microfiber towel and you put the zucchini, the shredded zucchini, right inside that towel. I'm gonna move that out of the way so you can see it. And then you just squeeze it and you get all that liquid and water out of there. This towel is drenched. But if you don't know anything about your microfiber towels, you can take this towel and dry a 24-foot boat, wring it out and dry the boat again. That is how absorbent it is. So when you're doing a demonstration with a microfiber towel, take a bowl of water, put this towel down inside. It will soak up the entire half a bowl of water. You wring it out and it'll soak it up again. That's enough to sell towels, okay? They're awesome. So you just wring it out. And then I need a cup of that. And so I have a little bit extra here that I can grate later. And also what you do with this is you take garlic, 2 garlic cloves, and 1 green onion. So I poured the green onion in here, and then I'm gonna throw a couple garlic cloves in here. Now I love garlic, so I'm gonna put 3 in there, it won't matter. And this is the chop and prep. See, everybody needs this chop and prep in their home because what would you do without it? How do you chop your nuts? How would you chop your garlic? A garlic press you could use, but that's messy, and then throw it in the dishwasher. This thing will chop in seconds, and your kids can help you do it. So this is something that's a must in every single kitchen, and when you demonstrate it over and over and over, your customers will want it. And all you do is pull the cord, and you pull the cord, and it chops really fine. And then you're gonna just dump this in the bowl, the onion and the garlic, okay? And then you can grate your Parmesan cheese. Now I bought fresh Parmesan cheese, and you can grate it in the Mando slicer, but I tried, and because I have a lot of arthritis, that's why I do Tupper now with the grandkids, because I do it, you know, when I can do it, because sometimes I wake up and I can't even move with arthritis. But if you do it in this Master Shredder, look how easy that is coming out of there. And so it was a little hard to do that in my Mando shredder. So I just did it in there. It comes out absolutely beautiful. You take a half a cup of the Parmesan cheese, okay, and you mix that with the cup of zucchini. You dump it in, very simple. You dump in a half a cup of breadcrumbs and 1 egg. Now you always open your egg, crack your egg in a bowl, and make sure there's no blood in it. There's not blood in too many eggs anymore. But one time I was at a Tupperware party and I made a cake, and I just cracked the egg and put it in the cake mix, and there was blood in it. Well, you have to throw it all away. So then I had to bake a cake at home and take it to her work the next day because nobody got to taste the cake. So anyway, so you always make sure there's no blood in it. You dump that in there. And now all you're gonna do is just mix this all together, and you're gonna form little balls like bites, okay? Because the egg and the breadcrumbs will hold the zucchini and the cheese together, and you just form little balls on it. So I'll show you how you do that. So I'm just gonna squeeze it a little bit more, and I'm just gonna form a little ball, a little bite like this, and I'm going to put that on our silicone baking mat. Now the silicone baking mats, this is the smaller one, but they're wonderful. And I will tell you that I had a customer tell me that there's silicone baking mats, and then there's Tupperware silicone baking mats. And you can buy cheap silicone baking mats, and she said she had one disintegrate in her kitchen because she didn't use it all the time. Tupperware are 100% high quality silicone. They're never gonna disintegrate on you. And all you're gonna do is make that little bite, put it on here like that. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you because I wanna make sure you see it. And then you put them a couple inches apart, and we're gonna bake them for 15 minutes. And so come back later, then rally will be almost over, and I will show you what they look like. And they're really delicious. And if you don't like zucchini, because I don't like zucchini, they really look good. So, you know, try something new. It's Shark Week, okay? Be a shark. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Love it. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Girls, all of you did an awesome job. I really enjoyed every demo, and I can't wait to get the recipes. I'm sure they'll be posted tonight, right, Lydia? Will they all be posted tonight? Yes, you can shake your head, girlfriend. All right. Good job. Yeah. Lydia and yes. Penny and our sweet Angela and Nancy, thank you. All right, let's recognize our personal sellers top 10. And this is exciting. Brenda Miller with 1,145. Sorry, Rosh with 1,209. Katja is number 8. Amanda's number 7. Kelly is number 6. Angela Beck, you just saw her, is number 5. Number 4 is Angela. And number 3 is Paula Berry. And number 2 is Jennifer Jory. And number 1 is Angela Keaton, Angie Keaton. All right, congratulations, guys. Unit sellers, Tammy, you are number 10 in the company. That is awesome. In unit sales, Paula Berry, number 9. Heather Mast is number 8. Number 7 is Amy Beebe. Number 6 is Amanda Donatelli, working to be a director. Katja, working to be a director. Number 5, Kathy Burney, working to go into that DIQ program. Christy, working to be a director, is number 3. Number 2, working to be a director, and that's Ashley. And number 1, working to be a director, Deb Longwood. Love it. Great job, guys, on your unit sales. Team sales, Nikki and Melissa, Jenny, and Jessica, and number 1 is Kelly with 7,000 this week. All right, let's find out our top 5 in director team sales. Lori Morris is at number 5. Lydia is number 4. Amy Gardner is number 3. Melanie Reidenauer is number 2 and number 1 in director team sales that are org leaders on their personal team is Ellen Lewis at 7,425. Congratulations. Melanie Reidenauer, org sales, number 5. Lori Morris, number 4. Loretta, number 3. Amy Gardner, number 2. And number 1, Ellen Lewis with $47,000 in org sales. That is super awesome. Congratulations. Now it's time to hear from our Ellen Lewis and Lori. They're going to talk to you about being a shark.
All right. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to be bringing this to you with one of my newest org leaders, Lori Morris. All right. And so we are talking about this John Gordon book right here. It's The Shark and the Goldfish. So in our book club, back when like COVID first happened, oh, I still have my sunglasses in my head. It's been one of those days. So back when COVID first started, we took to reading this book in our book club. What's happening? Okay. We took to reading this book in our book club, and it was perfect for what was going on, because this book is about adapting to change, which is what we have all been doing all this time. And so back at the beginning of it, we read this book together, and it was great. So to start things off, just a little bit from John Gordon, and then we'll kind of jump into it. And he says, dealing with waves of change is all about how we perceive and respond to the change we are facing. And he said, there's a belief that most people embark on a quest to find their destiny, but most people, often than not, through adversity and challenges, our destiny finds us. It is during these times that we ask the important questions and make decisions that positively change the courses of our lives. All right. So, and that's kind of what this is all about. And I think everybody listening can probably somehow relate to that, like something that has happened in their life that they feel like has changed the direction that they were going. Just some major like adverse situation that changed the direction you were going. Everybody who knows my story knows that filing for bankruptcy, losing our business and all that, it changed the direction that we were going, which what led me to Tupperware and all of you. All right. So, so Lori, do you want to go ahead and take over with your next part?
Sure. All right. So, Pam kind of touched on Shark Week and why we chose Shark Week. So if you think of the metaphor of what a shark does, is a shark in the ocean never stops moving, all right? It doesn't wait for food, it finds its food, all right? So if you think of a shark and a goldfish, what does a goldfish do? A goldfish swims around in circles, right? Kind of lollygags around, looking all pretty, swimming around in the bowl, and someone dumps food in there. And then if there's more than one goldfish, they have to try to get the goldfish or get the food that's in the bowl. All right. So it's fed to them. All right. A shark isn't fed. A shark is a shark, and it just swims around the ocean, finding its path and making its way. So what John Gordon asks in this book, are you a shark or are you a goldfish? Now, I think a lot of us in the business, we start out as a goldfish. Wow, I'm in the business. This is great. It's Tupperware. And it's going to sell itself. Well, Tupperware is one of the best known brands in the entire world. So from that aspect, yes, everyone knows what Tupperware is. but you can't just sit back and wait for people to come to you in the beginning. All right. Once you build your customer base, people will come to you and say, I need this, 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 and this. Okay. But you have to start changing your thinking that no one is going to hand it to you. You have to be a shark and you have to go forward and find it. So the mindset is we want to be sharks. And I think over the next 6 weeks, we're going to continue that journey into learning how to be a shark. All right. And in this book, Gordy, the goldfish, meets Sammy, the shark. And the difference is that he's determined, he's a leader, he shows him how to find food. And that's what your leaders in Tupperware do. Your direct uplines or any of the directors, any of the managers, any of the people in Champion are there to help you. So that is what the premise is. So Ellen is going to talk about some of the advice that Sammy gives to Gordy.
All right. So he says, every day you have a choice, whether you are going to be a shark or a goldfish, whether you're going to wait to be fed or whether you're going to go find your food. Each day you make this choice with your beliefs, thoughts, and actions. All right. So a shark or a goldfish, the choice is yours every single day. So the thing is bad things happen. The world is not always a pleasant place. At times, it seems like you are at the whim of the waves and the change in your life because waves hit, right? And we've all experienced that in some way, shape, or form, a wave hitting us when we were heading in one direction and it knocks us completely off course. They knock you down and they throw you off balance. It is a secret that highly successful sharks are fully aware of. So it's important. You have more control than you think you do. And a lot of times people are just kind of, and we've all heard them. And maybe sometimes we've been one of those people, right? Because there are times you just kind of ready to throw your hands up in the air and you're like, you know what? Everything's happening to me. And you kind of go to this victim place instead of a place of trying to take action to get out of whatever that situation is. So you don't see yourself as a victim of circumstance. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be that person that sees themselves as a victim of circumstance. You believe you can influence your situation and your outcome by your positive thoughts, beliefs, and action. And you absolutely can. And we have a formula for you, okay? It is E plus P equals O, okay? So what that means is events plus positive responses equals outcome. And we've all heard the saying, right? You can't control what happens to you, but you can control your response. And that is what that is saying right there, right? It says, they all used to be bad events that turned into good events. While they're in the midst of the challenge, they looked for the opportunity. So let's just kind of rewind a little bit and let's go back to when all of this COVID stuff happened, right? So that was a wave, right? And so we could look at that like a bad event, but we didn't. At Champion, we took action and we created good out of that event. And we looked at it as a challenge and an opportunity that we could rise to. And so, so it's so important that, you can embrace the change and make it your friend, learn from it, and ride that wave, all right? To thrive, you must embrace and ride the waves of change. All right, so Lori, let's talk to us about Gordy's journey.
Okay, so Gordy learning how to find food isn't always very positive in the beginning. And I think a lot of us, when we start our businesses, we wonder how we can find parties, even after all these years. I know we talk about it. Are you ever going to run out of parties? No. I know leaders, I've been in the business 5 years. I've never run out of parties. I know people have been in the business 15, 20, 25 years and have never run out of parties. But it's the negative thinking. All right. So Gordy, when he's learning how to find food, he feels defeated. I think as we all have. All right. So John says in the book, there are many in the ocean who want to focus on what they believe is impossible, not what is possible. They want to focus on the negative, not the positive. They are impossibility thinkers who believe that the ocean is a place where everything is scarce. They love to focus on stories that highlight how the ocean suffers from a lack of food, a lack of opportunity, and a lack of hope. And then there are those, like the ones you met yesterday, who tell you that you're not good enough, strong enough, or big enough to find food. They're imprisoned by their own limited thinking. So what Gordy has to overcome is the naysayers. And I think all of us, maybe at one time in our life, maybe you're experiencing now, there's naysayers. Oh, that's not going to work for you. Oh, you've tried 20 other businesses before. Those aren't going to work for you. So your fear of failure kind of rises to the surface, okay? But what he talks about is your belief must be greater than all of the negativity and doubt, all right? We always talk in Champion, choosing faith over fear, all right? And positive fish find more food. So you can choose to listen to the cynics and doubters and believe that success is impossible, or you can tune them out, strengthen your belief, and know that with faith and an optimistic attitude, all things are possible. All right. So when we talk about choosing faith over fear, and I think this is always something that I tell my team, but something that always sticks with me. Fear and faith, what fear and faith have in common is a future that hasn't happened yet. Fear believes in a negative future. Faith believes in a positive future. Both believe in something that hasn't happened yet. So I ask you, if neither the positive or the negative future has happened yet, why not choose to believe in a positive future? Why not believe that great things are coming your way? Why not have faith in the future and in your ability to create it? They choose to believe that a lot of people choose to believe that their best days are behind them, not in front of them. And, you know, that is what we overcome every day. Fear of change, fear of failing, fear of not being strong enough or fast enough or good enough, fear of starving, even fear of fear. There's a lot to be fearful about. So when all of this pandemic started, we talked about thriving instead of dying, right, Ellen? Or it was thriving. What were we talking about?
Thriving instead of surviving, right? Just surviving, right. Like just getting by, right?
Yes. So, you know, it all starts with a positive attitude and faith over fear. All right. So go ahead, Ellen, and talk about how he progresses.
Okay. So, Gordy, so here towards the end, you know, some of the things that Gordy would do is that he would go out and he'd just find food for himself, right? Find just enough food. And so that was something that was really important for him to recognize, that there was no substitute for hard work. If you want to thrive, you have to do more than just be positive. Being positive is essential and is where all the success starts. But to thrive, you must work harder than everyone else, right? He's saying everyone else in the ocean. There's no substitute for hard work. You know, they think, and this is the shark talking, and he says, they think I was chosen to find food and born lucky. But what they don't see is how hard I work. I work harder than anyone. I believe the harder you work, the more positive you are, and the luckier become. I'm also more focused than they are. And this is the second reason I thrive. I focus more than others. And so focus on finding food and tune out the distractions. So you're focused on finding business, right? And you're tuning out distractions. And so you want to ask yourself every day, what do I want? You know, are the answers, of course, you know, the answer, of course, is always food. I'm using food, right? And so really the answer, of course, is always business. It's income. It's, you know, more team members. It's things like that for us in our business. So then you ask, what are the 3 most important things I need to do today that will help me find these things, right? And so, so it's important that you tune out all the distractions that try to sabotage your success and focus on taking action. So think about some of the distractions that try to sabotage you from your success, right? Maybe it's Netflix, right? Maybe it's like binge watching something on TV, because sometimes you just want to like tune out, right? Let's just be honest. All right. Maybe it's a friend who's a naysayer. Maybe it's somebody negative, right, in your life. And that's a distraction. They're pulling you kind of away and shifting your focus. So maybe there's lots of different things that could be a distraction. Maybe it's just Facebook scrolling, right? Just spending, so much time scrolling on Facebook and looking to see what everybody else is doing instead of focusing on where you want to go in your business and where you want to take it. Focus is something that can be learned and applied. It is a skill. Some people are like, well, I'm just not focused. My brain, it's fuzzy, right? And I have those days, don't get me wrong. I have medical reasons why my brain is fuzzy on some days. However, that means I just have to concentrate 4 times harder that day to get done the simple things on my task. And on a day when my head is clearer, I really go for it. Like I do that and above and beyond whatever it is I set out to do that day. I take full advantage, right? So that's like make hay while the sun is shining, right? So when I'm having a really great mental day, it is game on. I will just do way above and beyond what I can possibly do. All right. So everyone can learn to focus. And when they do, they'll start to thrive instead of merely survive. Lori, why don't you share your takeaway points right there real quick?
Okay. So I think I'm unmuted. Yeah. Okay. So the takeaway points, being a leader, whether you're a leader of yourself or a leader of one person or a unit or a team or an organization in Tupperware, you know that a leader takes, all right, it takes hard work and dedication. And people always ask, well, you know what, you're really good at that because, you're a natural born leader. I think some people have more qualities. Maybe they like to talk in front of people, but maybe they're not as shy as others. But I really think, and John points out in this book, that leaders are made. Leaders aren't born. So we can all be leaders. And it starts up here in our heads. It starts with our self-talk, all right? He talks about not settling. Don't settle for just whatever comes your way like a goldfish does. Every day that you choose to work hard and not settle is the day that leads to the life that you want. And I think that's what we're all doing here in Tupperware. You won't find food sleeping under a rock. Know what you want, work hard and focus on getting it, and learn. The most important thing that we have a champion that many, many organizations do not have is we learn from others and model their success. I mean, champion is success. We have a whole host of people becoming successful in many different areas. We all come from different backgrounds, different jobs, different families, and we all make it work. So, find someone that is like you or you feel can help you, and maybe reach out. We cross-train, we help each other. I'm getting a little off track with champion. Whenever we read these books, and especially in book club when we do these, we always equate things back to champion. I mean, John's talking about a shark and a goldfish, but we all go back to what we learn in champion. So the last thing, the favorite quote from the book, you're not a victim, but a hero in your own inspirational story. And we all have our own story. And we don't compare because, as they say, comparison is the thief of joy. So that is where I will turn it back over to Ellen to close us up.
All right. So the key points that you want to take away from this is to ride the waves of change, and that you have more control than you think you do, to focus on the opportunity, not the challenge. You are not a victim, but a hero in your own inspirational story. And your belief must be greater than the chorus of negativity. Positive fish find more food. Trust in the ocean of abundance and expect success. Faith in a positive future leads to powerful action today. There is no substitute for hard work. And last but certainly not least, be humble and be hungry. All right, so that is The Shark and the Goldfish. That was abbreviated version of it. So you definitely, it's an easy read. I highly recommend investing in your mental future in the business in good business books, and this is one of them. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. That was awesome. All right, and guys, I really want to encourage you to get on book club. It is the best way to start your week, Monday mornings at 9:30, and it's the same link you're getting on right now. It's not like you have to find another link. We keep this so simple, and you don't have to have the book, like you didn't have the book right now in your hand to get a lot out of what they were talking about. So you don't have to have the book. Take notes. Obviously, if you want to buy the book, buy the book. I like to get books that I can listen to or read on my iPad. You do you. You do what's good for you, okay? Whatever works for you, that's the way you should do it. However you learn best, that's the way you should do it. But I definitely want to encourage you, and I'm so glad I asked them to do the training tonight on the shark. And remember, we are going to continue on being a shark, and I want you to think about it every day when you get up. Does a shark worry about where they're going to eat next and what they're going to do? No. And a shark never goes backwards. They always go forward. And, you know, sharks just live to absolutely never settle. They live to dominate. And I want you to have the attitude of blessings, the attitude. And I love the very last thing that Ellen said, be humble and be hungry. And you know, that is so important. And that is a champion. Be humble, be hungry. And you know, in all of that tonight, we cannot change some of the things going on in our life, but we can change how we react. And we can change how we will deal with a situation. And you always have a choice to go to be the victim or the victor. Always, always, always. And you hear me say that a million times, always be a victor. Don't let yourself be the victim. All right, and let's jump back to our screens real quick because we want to finish up on this. And oh my goodness, they did an excellent job. And I love that little goldfish. He's going to be our example of Shark Weeks. All right. All right. Thank you, girls. Personal recruiting. My goodness, Ashley, you've got 2. Congratulations. You're in the top 10 in personal recruiting in the company. Brandy has 2. Lydia has 2. Dana has 2. Guys, this is everybody in the company. This is not just the consultants. This is everybody. Darlene, congratulations with 3. Oh, I think Dana has, Dana or Dana. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm sorry. You need to tell me. Okay. Has 3, and Darlene has 3. Sarah Young has 3. Congratulations. Christy Jackson has 3. Yay. And Marcia Richmond has 3. Congratulations. Kelly Kozik has 3. And our hotshot number 1 is Rebecca Gamble with 5. 5 new recruits. Congratulations, Rebecca. And then we have unit recruiting. Chris Morgan has 2, and Kathy has 2, and Ashley has 2. And Christy Greer, Janelle has 3, and Christy Greer has 3, and Marcia Richmond has 3, and Amanda Donatelli has 3, Carrie Ribicki has 4, and Melissa has 5, and Sarah Young has 6. Congratulations. Director team recruiting, we have Jessica with 4, and Angela Neisel with 5, Angela Beck with 6, Kelly Kozik with 9, Jennifer Cheatham with 10. And congratulations to our org leaders with their personal team. Angela Robo with 4, and Lori Morris with 4, and Melanie Reidener with 6, Amy Gardner with 8, and Ellen Lewis. Actually, that went up to 12 just a little bit ago. So congratulations, Ellen. All right. And then org recruiting, I think we just did this. Isn't this what we just did? Oh, this is org recruits. Okay. Oh yeah, that was personal team, and this is whole orgs. I'm getting silly. All right, Angela Roboss 7, Loretta Disenzo Tiber 7, orgs with 10 with Manel Franklin, and 24 for Amy Garden. That's amazing, Amy Gardner. And Ellen Lewis with 54. Congratulations. Champion right now, we're setting right at 89. So I'm very proud of you for that. It is time for us to do our Parties Up recognition. Congratulations. Look at this. Christy Greer, 32 parties up. That's awesome, girlfriend. Sarah Young has 20. Angela Beck has 18. Nikki has 16. And Kathy has 12. And Melissa has 12. And Christina has 11. Allison Gray has 11. And Cassandra has 11. And Jessica has 11. And 11 is an awesome number. I'd like to see more of you have 11. That's awesome. Congratulations. And so we're going to do our parties up. We're looking right now at the teams with the most parties up. Ellen Lewis's team has 110. 55, half of that. Ellen, you literally doubled number 2. Ellen with par excellence. That is awesome. And that's personal team, guys. So congratulations, Angela Beck and Nikki at 47. And Jennifer Cheatham at 47. Ooh, a little competition there. Jessica at 39 and 35 with Christine. So that would be our top 6. All right, next I want to, let's see, move this. You guys, this is exciting because this month we have some really cool things that you're going to be able to earn. And right now, you are working with $500 in sales, $1,000, $1,500, and $2,000. I love it that Tupperware says, you know what, you do this, we'll give you this. And if you do this, we'll give you this. And if you do this, we'll give you this. These open house dessert plates are really nice. They're very nice, hard product. And I love this line. Of course, these bowls are gorgeous. And they're out of our new Triton product. That is the same thing that, remember these glasses when they were out and how much you love these? They're probably coming back. I don't know when, but those and the iced tea and the cold brew, that's material. So these are a new material from the ones you had before, years and years and years ago. It looks the same, but they're actually a different material. So they're a little more durable, actually. Super excited about how Tupperware is always upgrading their materials, okay? And then we also have the open house cups and the serving center and the pitcher with managers who do their managers at $3,500, star managers at $6,000, executive managers $8,500, and directors at $11,000. You get all of the bonus Tupperware for free, all right? And then if you qualified for the walk last month, you have to do it 3 months in a row to get this walk. And I've got a list of your names right here. If you're wondering, did I do it? You might see your name right here. And there we go as page number 2 and ready to go. Page number 3. All right, so congratulations to you guys because seriously, that is awesome. And you want to make sure you hit 1,500 this month and next month to get make sure you get this amazing walk, all right? You know what? I hope you enjoyed the meeting tonight. We want to go ahead and give away. I saw a total of 83 on. What was your highest number? 92. Well, that's going to cost me some catalogs, all right? So we're going to mail you the current catalogs, and we want you to use them like water, like literally. We want you to move those catalogs, use them like business cards, take them and pass them out. Beauty salons, doctor's office, any place that you can go ahead and share your catalogs. If you have anybody that works in a nice corporate business, you might want to take them some catalogs and say, don't mind passing these out for me. I'd really appreciate it. And a lot of doctor's offices, the dentist's office, love to have that kind of stuff laying around normally. I don't know about right now with COVID, but you can certainly check with your offices, okay? And
Hey,
so,
Pam,
yeah.
these are the Zucchini Bites.
Thank you.
Wanted to show you how nice and brown they get. They're delicious, delicious. Wanted to show you.
Definitely making those.
Oh yeah, really good.
Show us again. You're on the big screen now.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, here's what they look like. See, they're really, really nice and brown. It came out delicious.
Did you do those in the grill?
What?
Did you do those in the grill?
No, I put them on the silicone baking mat in the oven for 15 minutes, but you could do them in the grill, I think.
Good. All right. All right, so let's go to Lydia. Let's look at Lydia's.
All right, so here are our chocolate chip chewy chocolate chip pan chewies. Okay, look how gorgeous. But this is, yeah, they're chewy, they're gooey. I put them in a bowl because they're really good with ice cream on them. Okay, just saying. And they're yummy. It's so simple, so easy. About 25 minutes in the oven.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Angela Beck, did you want to show us your food?
It's right there.
Oh my goodness, that looks delicious.
I can't wait. I know when the kids went to bed. Yeah.
That looks so yummy. Thanks for sharing, guys. All right. Boy, 3 great recipes. You're going to want to pull those off the website and make sure you make those because those look delicious. All right. Congratulations, everybody. I love being on with you. I'm so proud. So many of you are doing so well. And I'm really, really excited about our growth in the company and where we're going. This is the month for you to really be serious about moving up to the next level. Talk to your business leader, and that's me. Talk to your director and your business leader or your business leader. And tonight we're putting out a promotion. You have been challenged by your director to work on your wonderful 100 list. It will go out there. What time is it? It's going to be posted in 3 minutes. It's an automatic post, and working on your Frank list. And when you work on your Frank list and finish it, when you work on your wonderful 100 list and get it to your director, she will have a gift for you. So make sure that you get that done. You'll see the post go up on the team page tonight in 3 minutes. And we want you to have another chance to get something from your director. And so make sure you do your wonderful 100 list of customers with your Frank, friends, relatives, acquaintances, FRAN, neighbors and kids' friends, right? And so you look for all of those people and you'll combine yourself with a list of people that you want to be considered you want them to want you as their Tupperware lady. Then you start working on that connection. And we're going to help you with that over the next few days. Thank you guys so much for tonight. I love being with you and love helping you and encouraging you. We are amazing. We are champions and we're sharks. Go after what you want. No hesitation. All right, guys. Bye-bye.